This video is brought to you by Cool Green Clothing.
Don't know now, you know, man. Come check them out, man. Flat out.
Oh, they
That's
know now.
doing.
They waking up. They
That's
waking
all we
up.
doing.
They
You feel me?
waking
It's
up.
a whole lot of that shit going on right now. You dig?
All
You know what I
righty,
mean?
bro.
You see the hat dripping, you see the shirt dripping.
Exactly, my nigga dripping all on the cement out this
Get
bitch,
it right,
man.
you feel me? We dripping
my
all
man
that.
dripping all on the cement.
Yes, sir. You feel
Sir,
me?
man.
Yeah.
Show niggas how to do it, man.
Shout out, man. Shout out to Cool Green, man. You feel me? Variety of stuff, man. You feel me? Good dude for real. You know what I mean? His design is impeccable, man. You know what I mean? It speaks for itself.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It speaks for itself for real.
For itself, man.
But who could really rock it like I rock it? You heard?
What's going on, YouTube fam? This your boy Tony 2 times, and we back with another episode of the Baltimore Way, man. Before I start, be sure to tap that like button. Definitely watch this video to the end to hear the full story. Subscribe if you're new to the fam. Hit that notification bell for future uploads. Let's get right into it. In certain environments, what people call justice, others do not. For example, if you are not living by any street codes, if you see someone get hurt or robbed, you probably will call the police. Because if you are a civilian and not involved in anything, that's usually the option. But in street politics, when things happen, police never get called. If a person gets shot or robbed and they know who did it, cousins get called, homeboys, or if they are in any organization, comrades, to get back fast so that the individual who it happened to, name could still be good in that hood as someone you don't want to play with. It's a vicious cycle that I understand. Some situations are so deep, you have generations born into beefs, meaning their fathers were shooting at each other, and now that the sons are older, they are shooting at each other as well. It's sadly just part of the game, and sometimes when a war is going on between groups or people in certain areas, it's known as a hot spot or red zone, meaning it's not safe for anyone because bullets can fly at any second if the groups are at war see each other, and bullets don't have a name on them. And on this episode of the Baltimore Way, we will discuss a case that happened back in November 2016 that left 6 people hit, 2 gone, and 1 man with a double life plus 110-year sentence. According to sources, at the time in Northwest Baltimore by Garrison Blvd, things had been hot with shootings and groups beefing. And after an earlier incident, Damon Alexandra was looking for retaliation. Allegedly a member of BGF, or for out-of-towners, the Black Gorilla family. Some of Damon's comrades had been hit in the area. Lurking by himself, looking for individuals, Damon would end up peeping out the Stop One food store in the 2900 block of Garrison Blvd, where a few people were standing in the group, including at the time 23-year-old Davon Dozier and 29-year-old Troy Smothers. Allegedly, when Damon, dressed up in a hoodie pulled tight over his head, saw who he felt as though his targets were, he ran from the darkness and opened fire on the group, chasing down 4 victims and standing over 2, letting off shots before fleeing the scene. With kids and innocent bystanders in the area, the scene was chaotic, with people in a panic, making sure their loved ones were good and were not the ones that got hit. By the time police arrived to the scene, in total, it was 6 people shot outside the store. As they looked around, they noticed a surveillance camera, but the victims were still there. By the time ambulance arrived, they rushed 6 people to the hospital, including 2 older people in their 50s, a man and a woman. 4 people would survive, but unfortunately, both Troy and Davon would not survive. As BPD talked to witnesses at the scene, they gave a description, and in a photo array, a lot of people pointed out Damon as the shooter. But the store surveillance was the main focus, as BPD realized the whole incident was caught on camera. As a man could be seen running up with a blick, letting off shots, it was determined the 2 older victims were not the targets. But the other 4 that was hit seemed to be, as surveillance showed the trigger man aiming at all 4 individuals and standing over 2 of them. With evidence and witness testimonies, police put their focus on, at the time, 27-year-old Damon. Tips led police to an address on the 2800 block of Westwood Avenue. As police busted in, Damon was found sleeping on a relative's couch and taken into custody, being charged with 2 counts of first-degree murder, 4 counts of attempts, 6 counts of assaults, 5 counts of reckless endangerment, handgun violations, and discharging a firearm in city limits. Even though Damon stayed quiet, witness testimonies, surveillance, and cell phone data that showed he was in the area, also alleged letters that was written to witnesses telling them not to testify, in which someone told, and the COs searched Damon's cell, finding 6 letters with people changing their version of events. With everything against him, Damon was sentenced to a double life plus 110 years in prison. More of this story, the streets are undefeated. Whether dead or in jail, pride has a lot of people gone. A lot of times before the beef gets too deep, a conversation probably could have took place. And I guarantee, a lot of times the situation wasn't worth bloodshed. But with everybody being trigger happy and wanting a name for themselves, unfortunately, more bodies drop and more people go to prison, leaving a cycle only we could break. But hey, that's the Baltimore way. Man, crazy story, you feel me? Rest in peace to 2 men that lost their life. You know, the way they trying to make it sound with the surveillance footage and everything, Damon allegedly ran down on the people, but he was only trying to hit 4 of them. Now, he stood over top of 2 of them, you know, so I guess he felt as though that was the people he wanted to get up out of there. You know, they alleged he was affiliated, but he ain't say nothing when he got locked up, so all this was just them talking to witnesses and seeing what was going on in that area at the time. Like I always tell y'all, with surveillance and people knowing you, more than likely you're gonna go to prison. Especially if people in the area know what's going on and they know that you looking for get back. You know, and they trying to say it was a crowded spot, it was kids out there. They saying he ain't care, he just opened fire, hit 2 innocent people. Fortunately, they survived, a man and woman that was just at the wrong place at the wrong time. Some people look at that as casualties at war, but at the end of the day, you can't hit nobody that ain't got nothing to do with nothing, you know? Real messed up situation, man. Crazy. Like I said, they said something happened with his peoples earlier, like that same day or a day before. And allegedly, he just wanted to go get back. He went by himself, he ain't go with no group, and he still got caught. You know, people always say, if you do it by yourself, you might get away with it. But a lot of times, man, they already one step ahead of us with witnesses and, like I said, surveillance, cell phone, everything. You feel me? But yeah, y'all already know, man. This is another episode of the Baltimore Way. Be sure to tap that like button. Appreciate you if you made it to the end. Love, fam. I'm out.